From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Good evening, everyone. Well, the weekend is pretty much here. Let's get you right to Kruger's Quickcast for those of you that are in a hurry and just want to know what to expect here for tonight and into tomorrow. It's going to be another cold start. I feel like a broken record, right? We're talking about temperatures cold in the morning and then sunny and mild for the afternoon. Could see some of that frost, and we're looking at temperatures teens and 20s again to the north and east, towards the west, upper 20s, low 30s for the inland areas, in the mid to upper 30s. Of course, for the valley, looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. All right, out the door for tomorrow morning. Yeah, maybe some of you do have to head out to work. Some of us do have to work on weekends sometimes. And take a look at tomorrow morning. Could see some of that patchy fog. Temperatures, though, as you can see, are going to be quite cold even at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, a couple of features. This is down to our south. We've got a storm system off to our west. Neither one of these are going to have a very big impact on our weather other than just a few clouds. Unfortunately, no rain in the forecast anytime soon, which we'll get into that in a deeper dive forecast here in just a bit. But those temperatures for tomorrow are going to be in the low 60s. Just another beautiful, mild, sunny day. Cooler in the mountains, but still mid to even upper 40s. Out towards Trinity County, though, around 60. Inland areas, mid 60s, and we do have those temperatures in the mid to upper 50s here for the coast. Of course, still looking at sunny skies even for the coast. Your 7-day outlook for the valley, yeah, it is going to stay fairly mild here. In fact, getting even warmer in the mid 60s on average here, taking you through pretty much all of next week, and not to mention those dry conditions. For the coast, mainly sunny skies, a few more clouds, but keeping in the upper 50s to around 60 through the end of next week. Inland and for Trinity County, also seeing those warmer temperatures here for next week. And for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains, temperatures also warming up next week. Unfortunately, not a drop of rain or even a flake of snow for those higher elevations anytime soon. Hey, if you're still traveling over the weekend, I know a lot of people like to extend their Thanksgiving into the weekend. If you're watching from anywhere in Southern California, you've got gorgeous weather in store for you throughout the weekend, and looks like travel conditions will be okay, at least weather-wise. I can't promise what it's going to be like due to the amount of traffic on the road, but there you can see up to the north, obviously much cooler up there for you, so I'm sure you did pack accordingly for some of those colder temperatures, and I don't anticipate any snow or rain as you're traveling back. Hey, maybe you're taking to the skies here. Looks like the travel impacts due to snow are not going to be all that great. There is some of that lake effect snow that we are seeing off over the Great Lakes region, but otherwise there aren't going to be any, at least travel or weather delays due to any delays that you may see with the airports. Otherwise, yeah, there could be some other delays for other things. All right, so here's the deal. Areas of fog, cold and frosty the next few mornings. These are the headlines I'll probably be showing you for the next, really probably even into next week, because it's going to be mainly sunny. It's going to be seasonal for the next 7 to 10 days. In fact, above normal for the temperatures. And looking at the long-range forecast models, I got to tell you, they've been very consistent in keeping us dry, most likely through mid-December. It's looking like a dry weather pattern, folks. This isn't good news. We need to get more rain in there, but at this point, it doesn't look like we have much. All right, so two features that I'm going to talk about here. You can see right down here, that's really what's kind of pointing out here. This is going to give us the mostly cloudy skies that we are seeing in Southern California here today and probably even tomorrow. The thing is, what you'll notice here, the flow around that low would want to bring some of those clouds in Northern California, but you'll notice, you see how it's kind of flattening out right here? That's because the ridge of high pressure is blocking those clouds from coming in. Now, granted, some of those clouds may survive in the form of some high, even a few mid-level clouds, especially for the southern portions of our area, but for the most part, mainly sunny skies. All right, so that's not going to have a very big impact on our weather. This also won't have much of an impact on our weather. And the reason being, you see the arc in the clouds right here? That's the ridge of high pressure. So these storms coming in from the Pacific, they're riding up and over that ridge. As a result, we dodge these storms. So it'd be nice to get some rain out of this. Not going to happen. It'd be nice to get some rain out of this and following storms. There's a parade of storms out there in the Pacific that just want to bring us rain. But that ridge of high pressure is not going to allow that to happen. So you can kind of clearly see that when we look at our future cast here. So there's that area of low pressure, rain associated with it. That will just kind of push eastward and mainly just impact Southern California, but really not much in the way of rain as this pushes eastward. In the meantime, you'll watch storm after storm over the Pacific just come up and over that ridge of high pressure. All right, so let's put this into motion. See how that's kind of dying out. See these storms right here? They're just coming one after another. And see where they're all going? They're all going off into Canada. Some of that rain is going to clip parts of the Pacific Northwest, in particular Washington. But I mean, this ridge is building even stronger by the end of next week, which would mean drier conditions and warmer conditions as well. So that's in the extended outlook through December 9th, drier than normal conditions. Temperature outlook, warmer than normal conditions. Now, we're not going to be looking at any major warm stretch where we've got 70s and 80s for your highs, but it's going to get well into the 60s for the valley. In fact, you can see here, we're going to be looking at the low 60s over the weekend, and we're going to just hover between 64 and even 66 degrees, not only through next week, not only through that next weekend, but even into that next week. The average high is now dropping down to 59 for the average high. So we're starting to see these temperatures get close to, say, 8, 9, even 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year. And unfortunately, that trend doesn't look to change much. Looking at your wave heights through Saturday. Yeah, Saturday evening, Saturday night, we may start to see them increase here, even going into your Sunday as well. Now, as a result, what we're seeing here, there's a beach hazard statement that's been issued for Saturday evening through Monday. What that essentially means is there's a risk for sneaker waves along the entire coast here. Sneaker waves are basically a big rush of water or an unexpected wave that can sweep you under your feet if you're hanging out on the beach there. Rock hopping can be one of the more dangerous situations because it looks like everything's okay, then suddenly a big rush of water, those sharp rocks you're hopping on, you could fall, and that could be a very dangerous situation. So just be aware of that here over the weekend and into early next week. All right, so here's your forecast for tonight. Those temperatures are going to drop down into the mid, maybe some upper 30s tonight for the valley. There are those teens and 20s for the higher elevations, and looks like upper 30s to low 40s here for the coast. Looking at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, another beautiful mild day. Temperatures around 60 degrees, give or take, just depending on where you are. I don't need to point out the fact that it's going to be dry for the next 7 days. What you will notice in the next 7 days for pretty much everyone is that it will be a bit progressively warmer, especially going into the middle and latter part of next week. There you can see Gasquet tomorrow, a high of 65, 63 degrees for Orleans, and 66 degrees for Willow Creek. We take you out to Siskiyou County with 45 degrees for Wairika, 44 Gazelle, McLeod about 53 degrees. We take you out to Modoc County, 41 degrees for Tule Lake, 46 out in El Turris, and 48 degrees in Eagleville. And let's take a look now at the eastern mountains. And you're going to be looking at temperatures 40s, 50s, not quite reaching the 60s. Janesville only about 39, 40 in Susanville, about 53 degrees for Quincy, and Shingletown about 55 degrees. And your valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Temperatures upper 50s to low 60s for your Saturday. 60 degrees for Corning, 58 degrees for Durham. Take you up north, 62 degrees for Redding, 61 for Lakehead. Well, again, I sound like a broken record because take a look at this 7-day outlook. There really isn't much to it. Again, you'll notice it's warming up, but basically between 64 and 66 degrees through next week. That is your evening update. Hope you have yourselves a great weekend. Be sure to check in with Chase Wilson, that is, here throughout the weekend, although I will be filling in for him Sunday afternoon, that is. Have yourselves a great night and an even better weekend.
Wiggly mouth.
Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth Painting.
It's Walgamuth Painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.